All right, Raiders fans, are you ready for the 2018 season? It's upon us, and we're going to go through our win-loss predictions. And joining us, our special guest is none other than Mikey Rayder of OnAirNation. Welcome, Mikey.
What's up?
Thank you. I am now officially a member of the Sports Fury.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mikey, we're so glad to have you here. We thank you so much, sir, for taking the time to help us talk about your Raiders for this season.
Cobra Kai give me the
yes.
Namaste.
Many thanks. No, Mikey, your Raiders. During the offseason, Jon Gruden, he's back with the Oakland Raiders.
Yes.
You guys had a very interesting draft. Going into the season real quick, how is your feeling about the Raiders going to the season?
Well, for many people that, did catch my shows early on, I wasn't happy with Gruden coming back. I mean, I live in a conspiracy world, and I don't like the Super Bowl sabotage that I believe happened between Callahan and Gruden against the Raiders. But looking back, time heals wounds. It's been 10 years later. And let's be honest, Gruden is a coach. Whatever happened back then with Al Davis, the owner of the Raiders, I just got to kind of let it go. And he proves to be all in. He's very entertainment and fun to watch, just like I am. So I was like, you know what? I don't want him back. I don't know what's going to happen. Kind of seems fake and bull. And then I was like, well, they're moving to Vegas. He's getting $100 million, $10 million a year. I can't control none of that. So I guess what I did, I decided to buy in, and I decided to let the excitement come in, and I said, screw it. I want to see what Chucky can do because everybody deserves a second chance.
Yes, sir. They do. And we'll see how it's going to fare out. Raiders fans, let us know in the comment section down below as you're watching the video. Let us know your thoughts. And real quick, before we get into it, Mikey, where can the Sports Fury Nation find you, sir?
I have a channel called OnAirNation. Formerly Raider Central. That's a story for another day. But we are now On Air Nation, hence the words Raider Nation. But we can also do talk shows in the future debating any subject, any sports team or whatever, because I just wanted to broaden my horizons and not only be a niche, meaning I love the Raiders, but my world is actually bigger than just the Raiders, maybe in terms of politics or movies or TV or whatever I want to talk about. So that's why I am On Air Nation, because I am the Raider Nation and I am on the air.
Absolutely. Sounds great. And the link to his channel will be in the description box down below. So head down there, go click it, and go subscribe. All right, Mikey, let's head into the season. And we're going to start off with Week 1. The Raiders are going to start off here on Monday Night Football facing the Los Angeles Chargers. This is a team.
How about we just talk about that beautiful victory versus the Lions? I know it's the I know it's the preseason, but Colton Miller looked pretty good. Marshawn Lynch and the simple running plays looked pretty decent.
Right.
I mean, Gruden added old school play calling. I know it's preseason number 1. It means nothing, blah, blah, blah. But it was nice to watch our wide receiver come out of the flank. Then at the same time, the defense doesn't know who's going to get the ball, whether it's Amari Cooper on a slide route or whoever. And then they hand it to Marshawn, then he blows it up. It might have been a holding technically, but it really wasn't. But hey, I'm just saying we look good. But we can go into the first game of the season, but I wanted to let you know the Raiders are back, Chucky's back, and we won a game, baby. I'm proud.
Let's see how it spills into this season. And you got a rough matchup here in Week 1 against the Chargers. Do you think you guys can take care of business at home against the Rams?
Prime time.
You said the Chargers.
My bad. The Rams. It's the Rams. It's the Los Angeles Rams. My bad.
Yeah. It's funny because we play them this week in Week 2 of the preseason, as well as Monday Night Football for the opener. So I think that's kind of like bad. I don't want to see the same team, twice a row too quickly because I don't know. I don't like that. But They're back in LA this week in the preseason, the Raiders, so that'll be fun. Plus, it'll be fun to see the Rams in Oakland on Monday Night Football. And you know the NFL had to put Gruden on Monday Night Football on the first week. You know they did that for entertainment value.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But if you want to divulge into the game and what I'm looking forward to, I'm really nervous about that game. I want to win the home opener. But the damn Rams, they got so much talent.
Sure thing.
They got so much. They played so great last year. Sean McVay is an apprentice in the Star Wars universe of Jon Gruden in Tampa Bay. So that'll be a fun matchup to watch, Sean McVay versus Jon Gruden. But I'm very nervous about that game. I mean, let's say the Rams might be that much better a year into Sean McVay than we are with Gruden at that point.
Yeah.
But if you want to talk about superstars, they got them and we got them. I mean, Lynch versus Gurley. Yeah. You think Lynch doesn't want to show up in probably his final year in the NFL? We got Amari Cooper, who the offense is going to be taken over by. Jon Gruden said he's going to give the offense, basically revolve it around Amari Cooper.
Yeah.
We got Martavius Bryant, a speedster. I mean, they only got Todd Gurley. Who are their wide receivers?
Right.
Yeah.
On the Rams?
Yeah, they got
Cooper Kupp,
Robert
Woods,
and
Brandon Cooks.
Right.
Brandon Cooks.
You said Brandon Cooks, right?
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, so for me, I think this is going to be a loss for the Oakland Raiders here in Week 1. I think the Rams might be a little bit too much here, just right out the gate. It's going to be interesting to see the offensive line against their defensive line, because that's what you guys really invested in, that O-line. You guys are going to have the best O-line going into the season from that division. But I'm going to go with the Rams here, getting a win in Monday Night Football. What do you think, Sean?
Yeah, like you said, it might be too much. But yeah, the offensive line is the strength, right? They made sure that in the draft. Jon Gruden made sure that offensive line is going to be a good one, and which is good because they need to protect Derek Carr.
Yeah, one thing I want to see is Derek Carr and his connection with Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's got to be the guy now. He's got to catch them. He's got to make them catches. No more Michael Crabtree there to be the security blanket. And going up against that stacked secondary that the Rams have now, it's going to be interesting.
That's true. That's true. I mean, long story short, we got Jordy Nelson. He's looking good in training camp. They've said he looks like a speedster, getting open for everything, understands every catch route, over the shoulder, behind the back, over the head. Who knows? Jordy Nelson knows it all. I mean, he's calling Derek Carr baby A-Rod. So you know what? Now that I'm thinking about their wide receivers for the Rams, they got some good ones.
Yeah.
I'm nervous about this game. But since it's opening game, Monday Night Football, Jon Gruden's return, he's going to have his former team, meaning the Monday Night Football reporters and team there. I think the Raiders pull out a solid victory in the end, probably by a field goal or something like that. But you know what? I think we're going to win the first game just to start the season off right.
Hey, everybody watching, we're going to be live streaming that Monday Night Football game. And hey, you Raiders win, we'll definitely give a shout out to Mikey Rayder, who calls it right here.
Yeah.
Because both of you predicted a loss, correct?
Yes, sir.
We did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right. You're both 0 for 1.
Okay. We'll see. All right, heading into Week 2. You guys are on the road against the Denver Broncos, division rival. Broncos now, they have Case Keenum, who, not exciting quarterback, but a stable one. As opposed to what they had last year.
Yep.
And that defense got even a little bit better with the addition of Bradley Chubb. Raiders, Denver. Who do you see winning this game?
You're asking a Raider fan full of bias against Denver. But you know what? I will be honest and try to be as truthful as I can. I'm nervous about every game, let's be honest with you, because 2 seasons ago we were 12-4. Everything was looking gravy. Then all of a sudden last year we were 6-10. Whether it be Donald Trump speaking out, the moronic, unintelligent idiot that he is, I don't know what happened last year, so I'm very nervous for every game. But Denver didn't look so good in preseason Week 1. They didn't look so hot. But they're a challenge every week, and we've owned Denver recently. We've at least went 1-1 against Denver. I'm going to say coming off a big victory in Monday Night Football, we go to Denver and we squeak out a victory again, and we show Marquette King, the former Raider punter, that he's nothing but an arse.
Ooh.
And we're glad we got rid of him.
Okay.
So the Raiders pull it out again by under 4 or 5 points.
Ooh,
John.
man, this is where it's a little tough because Denver, they worked really bad last year, and both teams really pretty much felt like they underachieved, Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Now, biggest issue with the Denver Broncos was their quarterback position. They were turning over the ball left and right. They still had a stacked defense. And I just think I'm a little concerned about y'all's defense. I feel like y'all didn't address that enough in the offseason.
Secondary.
The secondary especially, the secondary. And I don't know what's going on with Khalil Mack. It looks like he's dead serious about this holdout. But I think he'll be back. But
I mean, Denver,
yeah.
Now you want to get into who are their wide receivers. Let's just get into it. We have a bad secondary. There's no doubt. But we don't got to cover anybody. We're covering third stringers.
That's a bullshit. They still have some players. They have Demaryius Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders. And
Who cares?
Cortland Sutton. And you also have Deshaun Hamilton from Penn State, 2 rookies.
I play fantasy football, man. And every year with Denver Broncos wide receivers in fantasy football, there's only one word. It's called avoid. And you avoid them in fantasy football. They never go over 1,000 yards. They never go over 10 touchdowns. You avoid everybody on Denver.
Hey,
this year they got
Trevor Siemian, though. Come on. That's Trevor Siemian. That's not them.
Oh, God. You're bloating up Case Keenum to be a stud. Case Keenum got booted out of Minnesota for a reason because he's a backup for his whole career. He had a good season or two.
Well, we're going to have to wait and see. But either way, I got Denver winning this one.
What running backs does Denver have? What running backs? I mean, Royce Freeman. Who?
Devontae Booker.
Hey, I'm more bigger on Freeman and Booker.
Their offensive line does suck.
Yeah, they do.
So,
that would play a big factor. But Case Keenum showed last year in Minnesota that he could escape the pocket and escape pressure.
I don't know if he can escape Khalil Mack, though. So there might be a point there.
That's true.
That was Minnesota, and that was the coaches in Minnesota. The Denver coaches are morons.
I'm not going to argue that.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I 100% agree.
You're right about that.
Vance Joseph should have been fired.
All right,
Josh. So he's got the Raiders. I have the Broncos. Who are you going to go with?
I got the Broncos winning this game. I got Broncos winning this game.
I'm on a show full of Raider haters, man. What's going on?
Oh yeah, and I'm pretty sure they're lining us up right now in the comment section.
I know. They're hating us right now.
But no, that Denver offensive line, that's where I can see the biggest problems with Denver and Khalil Mack and that front seven, bringing that pressure to Case Keenum and making mistakes, which is something that he tries to avoid. You want him to play very conservative. Yeah. The running game doesn't get anything going. This is a game that Oakland could win. But I'm going to give the edge to Denver here at home. Because I think they will be splitting the series. Spoiler alert. But Denver gets it here at home.
You're dead to me.
I love this AFC West rivalry. Yeah. I love this. Going into week 3.
Yes.
Raiders on the road against the Miami Dolphins. This, for me, is absolutely a win. Raiders are going to go into Miami down to South Beach and get that win. Right, Mikey?
We've owned Miami the previous 3 seasons, let's just be honest. And when we go down there early. And, we hit up the Boricuas and all the good girls. And, we have a good time. But I don't know what Miami has to offer. Ryan Tannehill coming back off of injury. He's injured every week 1 or 2. I don't know what's going to happen. Kenyon Drake, is he their running back? Is he going to be their number 1? I just see the Raiders opening strong. They barely got victories in week 1. They probably barely beat Denver. And I just see us opening 3-0. And, again, it's the Gruden excitement. It's going to start out strong. Will it finish strong? We're going to find out as this show progresses. But it's definitely starting strong. Okay. And Chucky, in my opinion, starts 3-0 because I don't really see Miami doing much. Their defense is much improved.
Right. Yeah.
Their defense is much improved.
Especially the secondary there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I got the Raiders winning this, too. I think we're all going to be unanimous on this one. Dolphins has way too many question marks on their offense. Mm-hmm. Tannehill, if he's healthy or not healthy, I don't know. And they traded Jarvis Landry, so that is Parker finally going to take that next step? I doubt it. We've been saying that for the last 3 years. So, yeah, I got Raiders pulling this one out.
All right, we're all unanimous on that one. Heading into week 4.
Bless him, Jarvis Landry would say. Bless him. He's been blessed.
Oh, and talking about Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, that's right. Week 4.
Yeah.
Oakland at home facing Jarvis Landry and his new team, the Cleveland Browns. What's going on in this game, Mikey?
Man, Cleveland 0-16, 1-15. They are living hard knocks.
There you go.
I like it.
They're living hard knocks. The Raiders will crush the Cleveland Browns in this game by 15 points or more.
Okay. I also have the Oakland Raiders winning right here. Again, Cleveland's offensive line, now that they have Joe Thomas, he's gone, he's retired. That is a concern for me. And yeah, look, Baker Mayfield, is he going to be starting quarterback or is it going to be Tyrod Taylor? They looked great so far in the preseason, but that's preseason. We'll see how it translates to the regular season. I think this is a team that's making the right moves, but they're not here yet. Oakland gets this win for sure at home. Sean?
I'm being an asshole.
You got Browns winning.
I got the Browns winning. I'm bigger on the Browns. The only reason is I don't think they're a playoff team or anything like that, but I like the moves that they've made. Last year, they were in a lot of games. Even though they didn't win any, they were in a lot of games. The reason they lost
Hugh Jackson.
I know.
That's all I gotta say.
I like what he's doing. I like the way he's drafting his team. Now that he's got the talent, they were in a lot of games. The thing is, Deshaun Kaiser threw the most interceptions in the whole league. That doesn't help out your team at all. So they got rid of that guy. They went for a quarterback that doesn't ever turn over the ball. Who has ever since he came into the starting lineup and taken over a starting quarterback position, he's the best.
This will be the game. This will be the game that Tyrod Taylor or whoever else is their quarterback will be pulled. Then their first-round draft pick will play in the middle of the game because we are whooping their butt so much. And this will be the game that proves Hugh Jackson needs to be fired and should have been fired 2 years ago.
Oh. Well, I'm going to be weird. I'm crazy.
In a conspiracy world,
yeah,
Khalil Mack might not be on the Raiders in this game. He actually might be a Cleveland Brown in this game.
Say what now?
Say what?
Well,
there's a lot of trade rumors going around.
There is. Yeah, that's true.
Cleveland has the money. I don't know. The Raiders do not have the guaranteed cash. And Cleveland has the money. And they might throw out an offer with a couple of first-round picks that they got. I don't know.
They do have a lot of equity.
Think about Khalil Mack with Myles Garrett over there in Cleveland.
Shit.
Oh, that would be a pretty dangerous little duo right there.
I'm very, very afraid of the Khalil Mack situation with all these trade rumors out there. In my professional opinion, I think he's going to play this year, be disgruntled, but they're going to tag him in 2019 and 20 because they can. But he's going to be a very disgruntled player.
Yeah.
But like I said, there's too many trade rumors going on right now, and that means somebody's talking. And I think the Cleveland Browns might be talking to the Raiders. It's just a rumor or a guess, but it's very scary.
Yeah.
But the Raiders win.
Raiders win.
I'm the asshole. I'll go. I'm the asshole. I know.
All right, let's head into week 5, guys. The Los Angeles Chargers are going to host the Oakland Raiders.
Yep.
Chargers, they're going to get this win here at home? I think so.
You know what? We're 4-0. The Chargers are always an excellent team. I mean, look, I want to hate on Crimea River all day. I want to hate on Crimea River all day, but he's a quarterback that just pulls out and pulls it through. But every time we play the Chargers, we have big games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
To their loss for the Raiders.
Okay.
No, if we lose to the Chargers in week 5.
Lose to the Chargers in week 5. Okay. Sean?
Yeah, I got the Chargers winning this. Chargers, they always get injury-prone guys. I don't know what's going on. Jason Verrett's out now, Hunter Henry, but this team, as long as they don't stop starting off the season so slow, this team should be a playoff team. They have the talent. I think definitely Chargers should be able to take care of this at home week 5 here.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. All right, let's head to week 6. Oakland is going across the pond to London to face the Seattle Seahawks. This game right here, I think, is a toss-up playing in London.
Tough,
what do you think, Mikey?
Well, that's why I gave the loss to the Raiders. Even though I know we can beat the Chargers, we traveled 2 weeks before that with Miami, Cleveland, or whatever, and we went back and forth to Oakland. So much travel in those 4 weeks. That's why I predicted maybe the Raiders will be a little lethargic, starting 4-0 versus the Chargers, and that's why they might lose, because they also got the London game ahead. And I'm very ticked off at the NFL because I think it hasn't been stated, but for 10 years in a row, the Raiders are being forced to play overseas. It's happening for 10 more years. People don't know that Mark Davis signed on with the NFL, and we are going to get the overseas game, whether it be Mexico or London, for 10 more years.
Wow!
And we're gonna lose the home game every time, it seems.
Yeah, I would be pissed off too about that.
That's crazy. Why would he do that? Especially if they're moving to Vegas in a couple years. Yeah, wouldn't you want that money in your own stadium? Oh man!
Well, Mark Davis needed the money, needed the approval to move to Vegas, and the bank he got the loan from was the NFL's bank. So you could put 2 and 2 together. Yeah, does Mark Davis really own the Raiders, or does the NFL? Just throwing that out there, guys. Yeah. But we play Seattle. We're playing Seattle in London, correct?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Russell Wilson, I mean, wow, tough. They always come out to play. I believe that this is going to be one of the toughest games for me to call, technically. God, you know what? I'm going to say we lose to Seattle. I don't want to go into depth because I don't know what's going to happen during the season, but
yeah,
Seattle, I don't know. I think the travel will get to us. I don't know what. I think we lose somehow.
Yeah, London games are always very unpredictable, and this is why I'm going to side with Russell Wilson here, who I think is one of the top 5 elite quarterbacks of the league.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to go out there and be able to get it done. Like you said, the Oakland Raiders with doing some traveling there. Yeah. Maybe they're not up for it. Maybe they're a little lethargic. You made a great point about that. So.
Yeah. I think we're going to be unanimous on this, all 3 of us. I got Seattle because, like you said, Russell Wilson. When I'm looking at this game, it is a toss-up. It's one of those games that could go either way because both have question marks on the defense. Obviously, the Legion of Boom is done. But when I look at those kind of toss-ups, I look at the best player on the field. And Russell Wilson, we've seen him carry that team. He's a magician. Khalil Mack is a great player, but Russell Wilson, he could just escape the pocket no matter what, man. This guy's a crazy magician.
Yeah.
But
the scary thing about me making some of these decisions that the Raiders are going to lose is not because I'm biased or whatever. I'm looking like in a Jon Gruden fashion. We're going to start the season excitement. We're winning. Everything's good. But you always have to have the bad with the good. So the minute you get good, then you're going to get bad with Chucky. Maybe 2 or 3 losses in a row. Yeah. Then we're going to find out, is Chucky back? How does he treat Derek Carr? How are they going to progress? Then we're going to find out the real spirit of the Raiders. You get it? Because that's what happens with a lot of NFL teams. They start out strong. All of a sudden, they're winning with young players, new coaches, and then they lose. And they don't bounce back. So I think we started out strong. We're going to lose a couple there in a row. Then after London, we're going to really find out who the Raiders are.
Sure. Yeah. All right. So after London, we're into a bye week 7. They get
you got the Raiders going 1-5 already. You guys are bastards.
I got 2 wins. I got 2 wins so far.
I only got 1.
You got 1.
You got them 1-5.
I'm the asshole.
Y'all are tough. Our season's over then if we're 1-5. It's done.
Well, hey, you know what? NFL's a crazy game.
Yeah, it is.
So who knows?
Yeah.
Shit, they could be undefeated right now when it actually comes to
it. You never know. Yeah. And if they are, then I'm gonna get a lot of shit. I already know.
Oh,
I'm
okay with
it. I love it.
And that's why the 2 losses in a row going into our bye week. That'll be good for the media to talk about the Raiders. What's going on, Raiders? Yeah. You've lost 2 in a row.
They will. Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. They'll be bringing that up to Gruden over there.
Yeah. So after the bye week here at 7, we're going to week 8, and the Raiders are at home facing Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts.
Yep.
And I got your third win for me. This is the third win for the Raiders against the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are gonna have probably one of the worst, if not the worst defenses in the league. It's it's all gonna be pretty much on Andrew Luck. I don't know how Marlon Mack's gonna play. The running back.
I'm going to tell you guys this, though. For fantasy football, you can get Marlon Mack in the 10th, 11th, 12th round, and he will be a starter and a pretty decent rookie. So get him.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
You can get Marlon Mack late.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get all the
he's a starter. You want starters on your bench. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, definitely get Marlon.
But I got the Raiders winning this game. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mikey?
I want to let that Raider hater talk.
You go.
I do. Coming out of bye week, I think that y'all are going to get this win, okay? I'll give y'all second win.
There he goes.
I'll stop being an asshole for this week. No, I got the Raiders winning. The Colts, their defense is... I like what they've done in the draft. They got Quentin Nelson. They're trying to help out Andrew Luck. But Andrew Luck, he's finally back on the football field, but... we haven't really seen him throw that deep pass.
How effective will he be?
I'm curious how well, if it's like that situation where Peyton Manning, he never had that arm come back after he had those major injuries, right? And that's what I'm concerned for Andrew Luck. Hopefully not, because I love Andrew Luck. He's a great guy. He's a great player. And you hate to see that for a young guy like that. But I think Raiders are going to pull this out.
Okay.
All right. Well, just going back to the Seattle game, the London game, again, I predicted a possible loss. And I also wanted to throw in there, the reason why we lose is because of a big field goal from our former kicker, Sebastian Janikowski, who is now a Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, that's right.
I forgot about that.
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
So he probably wins that game in a little bit of a revenge factor against us for Seattle. And this week, we got Rashawn Melvin from the Colts. He's on our team. And we also got another player named Emmanuel Lemur, who's a linebacker, who is a former Colt as well. And I see this as the Andrew is out of luck game. Why? Because this is going to be labeled, by this point, Andrew Luck has come back, won a couple of games for the Colts with his arm, but they got no defense. So he's getting sacked, injured, running around the field, and they're getting scared for him, and he's starting to get a little bit hurt. Yeah. But this will be a Derek Carr versus Andrew Luck game in terms of offense, and whichever offense can come out and lead the team will be better. But by this point, the Raiders' defense will finally be coming together, working together as a team. Garyon Connolly will finally be on the field and playing correctly, and I think the Raiders win this game versus the Colts with our defense.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
Great points.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Heading into week 9, this is Thursday night football.
Short week.
This is a game we're probably going to see a bunch of clips on Facebook and social media where there's a lot of fights in the parking lot and all kinds of shit going down. Raiders on the road to Levi's Stadium against the 49ers. Probably the last battle of the Bay right here as Oakland is moving to Vegas. So, damn, man. I think I'm going to go with...
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype with Garoppolo. Oh my God!
Hey man, this dude is looking pretty damn good, man.
Oh God, he won 5 games in a row with the crappy 49ers at the end of the season. What have you done for me lately, Garoppolo?
And I like Jerick McKinnon. I like Kyle Shanahan's offense. I think it's very high tempo. I think they have the right pieces there. And
Jerick McKinnon, I
like him over there now in the secondary. If he can stay healthy, that could be pretty decent for them.
I think McKinnon tore his ACL today or yesterday or whenever they played.
They actually came out and they did an MRI and it came out just a muscle sprain. And it wasn't a tear.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
Literally right before we started recording this, I got that notification. I saw the article. It said just a muscle strain.
Okay, yeah. If Jerick McKinnon wasn't playing, then I'd definitely go Raiders. But even still, this is a close game. This is going to be very exciting Thursday night football.
Yeah, I'll be live for that one.
No way,
Sean?
man. You're crazy. You believe in the hype. You believe in the hype, dude. They got nobody. They got no receivers.
I wanted the Bears to trade for Garoppolo.
Nobody.
I wanted that to happen.
Anybody would be a better quarterback than Mitch or Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, no, okay, so you're going there now. Okay.
Oh my God!
Now he's got weapons. We'll see what he can do.
Uh-oh.
Maybe you're right. Maybe he does suck, but at least let's give him a shot with a competent coaching, offensive line, and weapons. Now we'll see.
Let me have the 4th pick in the 1st round of the NFL draft a couple of years ago, and let's go out on a limb and pick up wide receiver Kevin White.
Hey, I wasn't that high on that.
That was
the year Amari Cooper was available.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. Injury prone, Kevin White. That one hurt.
Yeah.
That did.
Yeah. Let's move up in the draft to get the 4th best quarterback in the draft and give up our future for a guy that doesn't even want to be called Mitchell.
When that first went
Gotta
down,
call him Mitch.
I was pissed about that. I was pissed about the 49ers calling our bluff and making us move up. That did piss me off at first, but I like Mitchell Trubisky now.
Maybe.
I like Mitchell.
Maybe. He's trying. He's trying.
What do you have, like 17 interceptions, 4 touchdowns last season?
What do you have to work with last year?
I don't give a fuck if you can't score more than 4 touchdowns a season. Like, it's not even half a game.
You give Derek Carr those same receivers, that same coach, shit. I bet he does any better.
Derek Carr is not afraid to throw the ball down the field.
Ooh. To other guys, to the other team.
Derek Carr does not have as many interceptions as you think.
I mean, even Amari Cooper don't want to catch him.
Mitchell Trubisky will never go above 20 touchdowns in any season in the NFL. Never, 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 never.
Oh my God, I love this.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe next year we'll play each other. But
oh my God, I'm liking this.
This shit went into Bears and Raiders.
This is intense.
Okay.
You know, I'm gonna be you already know I'm an asshole, and I got the 49ers winning. Josh, I agree with you. Sorry, Mikey. I'm not a diehard believer of Jimmy G yet. I'm like you. I want to see a little bit more, right? But I'm just concerned about y'all's secondary at this point. Like, I think Kyle Shanahan's offense is they know how to throw the ball around. We saw that when he was in Atlanta.
Why are you worried about the Raiders secondary at this point in the season? Yes, early on, the whole season. We got veterans, we got young players that are coming off injury. Yeah. But at this point, look, if the rookies or the young players are injured, we got the veterans that were starters on other teams. They might not be the best in the league, but we're going to be at least a solid secondary. And Jon Gruden built up our defensive line. He didn't build up our linebackers or our secondary. He got all veterans for those positions. Yeah. Why? Because he believes pressure on the quarterback is more important than coverage in the backfield. We got Arden Key, Maurice Hurst. We're going to get Khalil Mack back. Yeah. Mario Edwards moved to a different position. By this point, I would not be worried about our secondary.
Okay.
And again, the 49ers wide receivers, name one.
We got Pierre Garçon.
Marquise Goodwin.
Goodwin.
Who?
Yeah. Oh, you'll find out on Thursday.
And look out for Pettis. Pettis of the San Francisco.
That rookie, Dante Pettis.
Dante Pettis.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Yeah.
Trust me.
But no, I think this is going to be a close one. I do think this is going to be a close game. I'm not sold on the 49ers, but I think they'll be able to squeeze this out at home. But at the end of the day, this is Thursday Night Football. We already know Thursday Night Football gets crazy. It's weird. You never know what the fuck's going to happen. But I
have a feeling this is going to be the most commented video out of all the
and a lot of the negativity is going to be directed towards me. I already know it.
Go over there.
Yeah.
Go over there.
I feel it.
Trust me, it'll come after me. Listen to his voice. He sounds like Sylvester Cat. Raiders win versus the 49ers.
Okay.
It will not even be a close game. I'll predict the score now. 49-0.
49-0.
Let's go.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
All right.
Damn, okay.
We'll see how it goes down. All right, guys. Heading into Week 10. Raiders at home against the Los Angeles Chargers. And I got this as a win for the Oakland Raiders. Raiders are going to split with the Chargers right here. What do you think, Mikey?
You said Mikey and you pointed at him.
Did you?
We switch.
I'm just going like, Mikey.
We're like that. We're like that Fred Savage movie, vice versa. We somehow switch places. Look, every year in our division, it's probably 1-1. We play every team twice.
Yeah.
It's normally going to go 1-1, but we've owned the Chargers. But I predicted they lost earlier, and this is a revenge game. I'm going to say the Raiders win.
Okay. Do you agree, Sean?
You're going to say we lose 2 to the Chargers. You're kidding me. We're not even going to go 1-1.
This is the reason. It's because we know Chargers are always a second half season of the season team. They got red hot last year. They had the #1 passing team, even though they had all those injuries to the offensive line. They had the #1 passing game in the league last year. I just feel like if y'all would have played them at home early in the year, like week 1 or week 2, I think y'all could have pulled it out because they always start off real sluggish their first 4 weeks. But this being week 10, late in the season, I think this is where the Chargers are getting on their roll and making a push for those playoffs. So that's kind of why I got the Chargers winning this one. Oh, God, everybody hates me.
Woo! Light them up! Light them up! Light them up! Comment section.
So the Raiders are still 2 games now? They're like 2-6 or 7 to you?
They are. They've won 2 games on my record right now.
Wow.
I know.
Shit. He's part of the conspiracy. He hates the Raiders.
I'm part of the
and we're going to lose at home to the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Watch every Charger game. Watch Amari Cooper. Like, he has the last 3 games against the Chargers, he has like 10 touchdowns. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
They did lose Jason Verrett. I can see it. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think the Chargers, as long as their kicking game, they had issues with their kickers last year. Hopefully they can get it together this year.
All right, guys.
Well, in the words of Donald Trump, and he's going to sue your channel for this, but if you were a reporter, you're fired.
You're fired, Sean.
Okay, yeah, probably will be.
Sean is fake news.
I'm fake news.
He's fired. All right, guys, heading into week 11. Oakland's on the road against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
Cardinals are a team that I think are being overlooked by a lot of people. This is a defense that was pretty damn good last year. What were they, top 7 last year defensively? Even though they lost the Honey Badger
free agency.
Yeah,
Tyrann Mathieu.
He went to Houston. David Johnson's coming back. He's coming back with a fury this year. I mean, his injury last year was in his wrist. It wasn't a leg injury, knee, nothing. He's coming back. And then I think the quarterback play, all it has to do is just be decent. I think by this point, Josh Rosen will be the starting quarterback. He's got Larry Fitzgerald. All you got to do is just throw it his way. He's going to catch it.
Yep.
Christian Kirk, he's looking pretty damn good.
Mm-hmm.
I think at home, Arizona, with that defense and that run game, are going to take care of it.
Who's their quarterback?
At this point, I think it'll be Josh
Rosen.
Name him. Josh Rosen.
Name him. Josh who?
Josh Rosen.
You mean the guy that got skipped by like 9 other teams and got mad?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Because I don't think Sam Bradford will be healthy by this point.
No, he's hurt. Yeah, Sam Bradford.
How mad will Josh Rosen be because he's got beat by 9 other teams before this game?
Hey, it's motivation.
That could be good.
I'm mad.
Hey, Aaron Rodgers fell to the mid of the first round. You know, why can't look at Josh Rosen?
But you think the Cardinals are winning or what?
Yeah, of course. I hate the Raiders right now. No, I got the Cardinals winning, man. I think David Johnson, he really last year he said before the season started, he wants 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing. He wants to have Marshall Faulk year, 2,000 all-purpose yards. I think that they're going to be feeding him the ball like crazy. They got a new head coach, defensive-minded head coach. He wants to control the clock. It's going to be David Johnson all day long. Yeah.
I agree with the statement. I think the only player they got on that team besides defense is Larry Fitzgerald and David Johnson, the running back. They're both amazing.
Yeah.
They both do it time in again. I just do not see those two winning an entire game in week 10 or 11 or whatever it is against a team that's already won 7 games this year. Okay, I do not see Arizona beating the Raiders.
And you make a solid point. I mean, that's very fair to say about the quarterback play. For me, it's heavily based off the defense and the running game and some good plays by Larry Fitzgerald. This is a game that could go Oakland's way for sure. Could go
either way, yeah.
We'll see how it goes. Now,
so the Raiders are 8-2 according to me, y'all.
We're 8-2.
We have a winning record in Jon Gruden's first year. Back.
Then the people were saying, "Hey, Oakland, what they're doing over there is it dumb or is it genius? What Gruden's doing over there?
Yeah, there's been a lot of questions about that.
And hey, it might be looking like
he
a genius.
could be a mad genius.
Mad genius.
He could be.
Sure. Now heading into week 12, Oakland on the road against the Baltimore Ravens. This is one of the most balanced teams in the NFL.
Yep.
Oakland and Baltimore. This is going to be.
How about I start this one if you don't mind?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This is where now you guys are like, oh, he's a Raider, he's biased and this and that. Look, I've looked at the schedule many, many times. Like I said, this is where it begins for me, and I'm really worried about the rest of the season moving forward.
Okay.
That's why I believe the Raiders win so many early that I don't know what's going to happen late. Like, we're on the precipice of the playoffs.
Yes.
According to my records, at 8-2 at this point. But now we're playing Baltimore. They're insane. They're good. They're great. One of the best teams in the league, year in, year out. I don't care who their quarterback is. They get it done. Lamar Jackson might be playing at this time. I don't know what's going to happen. Their running backs are amazing. Their defense is always on point. They created the most turnovers in the league last year in terms of fantasy. They weren't the top-rated defense, but I think they had like the top 2 or 3 most turnovers in the league on defense. And who did they have on defense? I was like, one guy is Terrell Suggs in his 25th year, you know? But they played great. So, man, I don't think the Raiders are prepared for this game. I think Baltimore hits a playoff stride, and I think the Raiders get beat pretty handedly in this game.
Okay. Sean?
Yeah, I got Baltimore winning this too. The only issue that was holding back their offense the last few years has just been not having any weapons, right? Now, they do have Michael Crabtree now.
Oh, the revenge game. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they got Michael Crabtree. So they got Hayden Hurst. They finally got some tight ends that Joe Flacco loves the tight ends.
Yes, Hurst looks amazing.
Yes.
Oh, my God, Hurst looks great.
Yeah, he looks great. So I think this offense is going to be able to not just be able to run the ball consistently, but I think they're going to be able to convert third downs, keep the chains moving, and that's going to build well for the
Alex Collins from the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Very solid and exactly right. Michael Crabtree, I think he's going to be a great target for Joe Flacco when he
you know how bad or how good Michael Crabtree knows Derek Carr. You know how bad Michael Crabtree wants to win this game. I mean, basically, Gruden just got rid of him. Michael Crabtree had a lot of controversy last season, and I know they're good friends and all that, but Michael Crabtree is a little bit of an emotional dude.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to give a lot of Derek Carr secrets away.
Okay. Yeah.
I doubt that.
Word.
Everyone watching, watch out for Week 12. Play Michael Crabtree in Daily Fantasy. All right, Week 13. Oakland Raiders here at home against the Kansas City Chiefs again in Arrowhead. Let's see. Who's going to start this off? Let's go with you, Sean, this time.
Oh, this one, I'm actually going with the Raiders pulling this out. Now, hear me out. Patrick Mahomes, yes, this is pretty much his first year starting. He's not a rookie, but it's his first year. I'm not sold on him yet. They got a lot of weapons. Tyreek Hill, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, but we've seen, I've said it, I keep saying it, Texas Tech quarterbacks have always had great numbers in college, have never done shit in the NFL, so I have to see it to believe it, and I think Khalil Mack is going to have himself a day on this day and sack Patrick Mahomes 3 times, and it's going to get in his head.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling. I just think at home in Oakland, too, late in the season, I think Oakland's fans are going to be pumped up, so I think that they're going to beat this.
I got the Raiders winning, too.
What?
Raiders are going to get this W here in Week 13.
I know you're bigger on Patrick Mahomes than I am.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Splitting the series.
Look at you, just simply said it. Yeah, the Raiders win. And now you come to me who I think the Raiders lose.
What?
Oh, okay.
Again, I don't believe in Patrick Mahomes. I think he should be called Patrick Go Home. I don't see him winning. But for some damn reason, and you said this was in Kansas City, correct?
No, this is in Oakland.
Oh, then my apologies. I got my games confused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still think the Raiders lose. I thought it was in Kansas City for a split second. But for some reason, the Kansas City games are like kryptonite. And I don't know what happens. Both teams play up to each other's ability.
Yeah.
And we had to have 9 reverse calls last year to win the game on Thursday night.
Yeah, I remember that.
I don't know if that's going to happen again. Yeah. Kansas City is a very well-coached team. Mm-hmm. And their coach is going to be battling Gruden in his mind at this point in the season. Okay. And we're like one game away from like solidifying a playoff spot, and I don't know if the pressure coming off a Baltimore loss, I don't know if the pressure is too much for the Raiders.
Sure.
And this game scares the heck out of me.
I hear you.
So I'm going to give it to the Raiders lose, and now we're 8-4.
Ooh, this table's a turn over here.
Oh my God.
Okay. All right, guys. Heading into Week 14, we're getting towards the end of the season now. Oakland at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers here on Sunday Night Football.
Prime time.
I'm just gonna say it, man. Pittsburgh Steelers are, I think, a top 3 team in the AFC. I think they're gonna win this game. Just too much offensive power. I'm going to assume that Le'Veon Bell is going to get that contract, and then he's going to be playing. And who knows, man? Maybe Le'Veon Bell's an Oakland Raider
get the
this
contract
time next year.
They can't give him the contract. It's done. He's playing for Pittsburgh one more year. He's gone. He's a free agent next year, brother.
He might be a Raider.
There you go. That is a rumor that is out there.
That's
and
what I've been saying.
He might be a Raider. I'm going to give you that, brother.
I've been saying that for months on this fucking channel, and everyone's been calling me fucking crazy. I'm like, watch that fool go over there to Oakland.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch will probably be done. This is probably his last year.
Yeah.
Will Doug Martin take over? He didn't even play in week 1 of the preseason. I don't know what'll happen. Chris Warren, Jalen Richard, our running back. Who are they? Dude, I'm telling you, he might be a coveted free agent next year, Le'Veon Bell for the Raiders. But if the Raiders can't afford Khalil Mack this year, can they really afford him next year? Something to think about.
Okay. That's true. That is very true.
So, Sean, I have Pittsburgh winning this game. Le'Veon Bell, he's going to put on a audition for the Oakland Raiders and Jon Gruden. What you bet, man?
I'm going crazy here, and I'm picking Oakland with the upset against one of the top teams, the top team, in my opinion, in the AFC right now, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now,
don't you get them going 13-3?
I have them...
and you have them losing to the Raiders right here.
I actually have them going 12-4.
Okay.
I have 12-4. Now, the reason I look at this game, and obviously this isn't a Steelers prediction, but I have the Steelers on a roll before this game. I have them winning, like, I think 6 straight. So I think this is like that trap game where they go in to Oakland, and they're kind of on a high horse. And you still have Derek Carr. You still have some talent over there in Oakland. You know I haven't picked all the best record here, but I think Steelers go in there a little bit too high. They stumble. They fuck up. Khalil Mack, we already know Big Ben holds onto the ball a little bit too long most of the time. And Khalil Mack, if you give him even a split second too long, he's going to take advantage of that. So I think Oakland pulls out a crazy upset here on Sunday Night Football.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I don't understand your philosophy. You got the Raiders like 1-6, losing to Cleveland and all that, but yet we beat the Steelers, one of the best teams in the AFC.
I know. Call me crazy. I like to go. I like to live on the edge.
I'm gonna call you unique because we don't need no more hatred in the world. But beyond that,
I like that.
Like it.
Again, you guys said it. Again, I need to know: is it at home or is it in Pittsburgh?
It's at home.
It's at home. It's in Oakland. Yeah.
Then automatically, Ben Roethlisberger has never beaten the Raiders at home in Oakland. I've made videos every year, and we have a little song every time he comes to Oakland, because the first time he played in Oakland, Richard Seymour, after he supposedly harassed a woman or whatever those allegations were, Richard Seymour, right on the first play of the game, got near Ben Roethlisberger and popped him in the mouth. So I make a video every year, every time Ben Roethlisberger comes to Oakland, and it goes, "Welcome back." You drink, and then I show the video of bam, Richard Seymour nailing him. He's never won in Oakland, Ben Roethlisberger.
Interesting.
That's interesting.
I did not know that.
I might be wrong. Forgive me. It might have been one game, but I just remember making a lot of videos where he lost in doing that. So I think. Oh God, why am I doing this? Ugh. You know what?
Yes, sir.
I think the Raiders lose again, even though they're at home. Pittsburgh is too damn dominant, and this will be another immaculate deception game in terms of the media.
Okay.
The Steelers will win on a pass play that's disputed or called back or something like that, like the Immaculate Deception that they gave to us many years ago. And then that's what Jon Gruden and everybody will talk about, and he'll be like, come on, man, and that was wrong. And I just think it's going to be a real, like, back to the future type game, meaning something that happened many years ago is going to kind of happen again to create controversy. And I think the Raiders lose, and now they're 8-5, and they've lost 3 in a row.
Oh, okay. All right, well, guys, there's a few more games left here in Week 15. Oakland is on the road in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
The Bengals. Sean, you know how much I love Joe Mixon this year.
Yeah.
Paul Gunther, our defensive coordinator, this is his revenge game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going Bengals. I'm going Bengals right here. I think
Bengals?
I think Joe Mixon is going to be a breakout star this year, man. I really do. I think so. And I think that defense is pretty decent. Their offensive line, all it has to do is be just, stable. Give Andy Dalton enough time to get to A.J. Green and John Ross and Tyler Eifert. I think this is going to be a really good game, and I'm going to edge out with the Bengals because of Joe Mixon. He's going to be a stud.
Yeah. Okay.
Sean?
Me. Now, I'm going with the Bengals too, but this is actually why. And Mikey, you probably know this. Derek Carr in cold weather, not good at all. His record playing in cold weather is atrocious.
Shit.
So this is in Cincinnati. This is late in the year. I don't see them being able to pull this out. His record, I can't remember whenever it's cold. I don't remember exactly because I went to the Chiefs game.
Kansas City, he messed up.
Yeah, I was at that game 2 years ago on Thursday Night Football. It was cold as shit, and it was like 9 degrees. I almost died. I'm from Texas. I'm not used to that weather.
He had a bad game. Threw 4 interceptions, I think, 3 or 4.
Yeah, and he was missing throws left and right. He had a wide open Amari. Like it was just bad, and so that's the reason I think Oakland's a better team. But just from my history, looking at Derek Carr on the road and the cold weather, I just have to go with the Bengals here.
Okay.
So that's why.
Well, that Kansas City game, one reason, and this is a conspiracy type reason.
Yeah.
But Derek Carr, he's an evangelist where he likes to, promote, pray in front of people. What do they call it? The preachers. And he's very religious. And Kansas City, the color is red like the devil. So, it was cold, like hell froze over, and he had to throw interceptions because of the color red. That's just my conspiracy theory on that one. Okay. But you're definitely right. Derek Carr does struggle in cold weather games because it gets to his mental, and he's afraid that the ball won't come out quick enough, and you're completely right. But this is Paul Gunther, our defensive coordinator game. And Paul Gunther is an amazing defensive coordinator. The Bengals have had a tough-nosed, hard-nosed defense for the previous 3-4 seasons. Yeah. Whether they won a lot of games or not, they are freaking amazing on defense. Paul Gunther will win this game. And Jon Gruden, after 3 straight losses, will have this team fired up, wearing hot gloves or whatever the hell will make them play better. And they will not lose against the Bengals. And we win this game.
Okay.
Very, very goodly.
All right, great points, man.
Okay.
I like it. All right, heading into Week 16, Monday Night Football. Raiders at home against the Denver Broncos. This is a game me and Sean are contemplating on going to, actually.
We're thinking about going to it.
We may. So I think Oakland wins this game. Oakland's going to win this game right here, right before Christmas. What do you think, Sean?
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going with Denver sweeping the Raiders.
Another sweep?
Because of this simple fact, I have Denver in the playoff hunt right here, and they need this win to try to make the playoffs. And to me, I'm sorry, I know you have them a little bit higher than me, but I have the Raiders pretty much out of the playoffs here. And I have of course.
Dude, they were out of the playoffs according to your records in Week 5. Come on, man. My goodness.
You're probably right. Yeah, probably true. No, I got.
So the Raiders got nothing to play for. They got nothing to play for, according to you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I got Denver pulling this up because of that. They need this win to make the playoffs. So I think they got this W.
All right. So hey guys, watching, Raiders fans. We might go to this game, so if you want to see Sean in person and let him know exactly what you think, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm going to get stabbed.
Well, again, if we want to predict what happens, I had the Raiders losing 3 in a row, then won a big victory to go 9-5 at this point, and we are basically one game away from a playoff spot on Monday Night Football with Jon Gruden.
Yeah.
At 9-5, we're one game away from a playoff spot. On Monday Night Football with Jon Gruden in Denver.
Okay.
The Raiders win on Monday Night Football to go to the playoffs in prime time versus the Denver Broncos, our hated rival. The Raiders sweep the Broncos this year. Because remember, I said they won earlier against the Broncos.
Yeah.
So we sweep the Broncos this year, and we actually knock the Broncos out of any playoff contention in this game as well on Monday Night Football with Jon Gruden, and the Raiders are 10-5 and going to the playoffs.
All right, already.
Okay.
They might need to win 11, but I'm going to say we get in the playoffs in this game.
All right, let's see if they can get 11 here for you, because we're going to head into Week 17, and they're on the road against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, Sean, you said Derek Carr, he doesn't play well in the cold weather, and we already know he can't do that in Arrowhead. We've seen it before. In Week 17, it's really fucking cold then.
Oh, yeah. He's going to...
You got the Chiefs winning?
Freezing your balls off. Yeah, I got the Chiefs winning.
Wow.
Chiefs in Arrowhead?
Do you have the Chiefs sweeping?
I do.
Yes.
No,
it's a split.
No. I got them split. I was like, wait, no.
Jesus Christ.
No, I had the Broncos sweeping them and the Chargers. I don't have the Chiefs. I'm not that crazy. No, Chiefs at home, Arrowhead, which is a great stadium, loud. Fans, they're crazy. I saw fans in just one T-shirt in 9-degree weather, and they're still fired up and drinking beer. I'm like, what is wrong with you? They're crazy people. Loud. One of the loudest stadiums. I think it broke the record a couple years ago. I got Chiefs winning this one at home.
Okay. I got the Chiefs winning as well. Splitting the series.
So what's your final record then?
All right,
Raiders,
so what
Sean?
I got right here is 6-10 for the Oakland Raiders in 2018. Now that is my floor for the Oakland Raiders. Okay. Now Raiders fans want to let me know in the comment section, and Mikey has throughout the entire this whole video, making some great points. Now, if everything works well, like Mikey was saying, and things that I may have overlooked, then I say a win range from 6-10 as my floor to 10-6 as my ceiling.
All right. Y'all want to know what I'm not sure if I want to say it.
You got the Raiders at like 3-13.
I got y'all 4-12. Okay, a little bit better. No, I see there's some games here that y'all could win.
They're gonna have a top 5 pick.
Yeah. I think they're gonna need it. They're gonna have to get some defensive players. No way.
We're getting a running back. We're getting a running back in the draft.
Well, now if Le'Veon Bell's available.
I don't think we have the money, and Gruden is in free agency. We could have picked up DeMarco Murray or somebody like that, to test them out, and we really didn't. He went with young players like Chris Warren III.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. No, but honestly, I have y'all 4-12 because there's so many question marks. I was really disappointed in Jon Gruden's draft. I know he addressed that offensive line a lot, but I felt like there's so many other needs that I felt like he could have addressed. That's why they scare me a little bit in that sense. And I was huge on y'all last year. I really thought y'all were gonna have a great year. I just have to see it. I'm one of those guys. I have to see if he's a mad genius or not.
That's why my win range is varies from 6-10 to 10-6.
But I could see y'all beating some teams. Maybe Derek.
Jon Gruden's an offensive guru. I mean, that's what he wants to. He wants to win. He's not a defensive guy. He inherited Tony Dungy's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He inherited that defense, and then he turned their crappy offense into a good enough one to win the Super Bowl. And that's what he's doing with the Raiders again this year. He has the first time ever, he has one of the best quarterbacks he's ever had. So now he can really envision or revision an amazing offense. We had the top-ranked offense with Tim Brown, Rich Gannon, when we went to the Super Bowl many years ago. And he doesn't care about defense. He's going to leave it up to Paul Gunther. Let's just be honest. So this is Paul Gunther's team. But if he has an opportunity to get a first-round running back next season, he's not going to go pick on defense. He's not going to. He went Colton Miller this year, offense. He's going to go offense again. It's Gruden's team. Yeah. But now we're into the final game. I didn't give my prediction.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
So the Raiders are 10-5. I believe we technically made the playoffs, but it's not official because you know how NFL schedules and records and predictions face. So now we go into Kansas City, and it's still not certain whether we win the AFC West, and we want to. And it's still not certain whether we're in the playoffs, but we technically are. We're probably at worst a wild card at this point. Jon Gruden will fire up his team in Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes will not be playing in this game. He's had a rough year. He didn't get it done. Whatever happens, Travis Kelce will suck balls with Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. Alex Smith and Jordan Reed will have a better chemistry than Kelce and Patrick Mahomes this year because they're just not on the same page.
Okay.
Raiders win. They win the AFC West in this game to go 11-5 to give them a bye week in the playoffs.
Ooh.
Wait, no. If you get a bye, you got to be the top 2, right?
Yeah, top 2.
In the AFC, not just win the division, correct?
Right, correct.
Yeah, okay. No, we don't get a bye in the playoffs, but we win the AFC West. We're 11-5, and it's a hell of a good season because we were 12-4 just a couple seasons ago with Derek Carr playing at his best. And now we got Gruden, a motivator, and we got Derek Carr. He's going to play at his best. And I like Lynch better this year than we had Murray 2 years ago, and we won a lot of games with Latavius. I think we go 11-5, and we go to the playoffs. But now, do we win it all? Yeah, that's a story for another day, brother.
Yes, sir. All right, guys.
All right.
That's our take on the Raiders 2018 season. That's what we're gauging here.
Yep.
But we want to hear everyone else's thoughts in the comments section down below. Let us know what record you have for the Oakland Raiders. How do you see this season faring? And once again, Sean and I want to thank Mikey Rayder for taking the time to come out here and give us that beautiful insight. It was such a fun time.
Can I give the Mikey. Chicago Bears final record?
We're going to win 7 games this year. We're going to win 7 games.
Look at that. And he said it proudly, 7.
Hey, no, you got to keep it real. You got to keep it real. Look, did we make some great moves? Sure. But we're in a stacked NFC, and we got to see it get done on the field.
Yep.
Got to keep it real, Got to keep it real.
Look, the C on your hat stands for culo, which is ass.
Shit.
And that's what the Chicago Bears are. They are ass.
Oh, shit, Mikey. I can't wait when the Bears go play Oakland. Maybe next year we got to have you back on.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Shit. I want to watch that game with you in person because that shit's going to be hella fun because we're going to whoop that ass.
The Bears go 4-12.
4-12.
4-12.
Same record as Raiders.
Damn!
According to you, brother. Hey, let's talk about the girls.
Hey, let's talk about the girls. Let's talk about my Cowboys.
Let's talk about the Cowgirls.
Yeah,
your Cowgirls.
Man, they're gonna be good. Zeke Elliott running back in the game, baby.
Yeah, you definitely got a number one pretty lady in Ezekiel Elliott who likes to wear his shirt like a female. You definitely got a model as your running back. He's the only good thing about your team. Your quarterback, who is he? He got beat up in a parking lot in Florida, didn't he?
Yeah.
After a college game?
Yeah, he did get his ass whooped. That's why he's got that scar. I ain't gonna lie. He got his ass whooped. He got jumped.
He said, again, that was me being a jerk. But no, look, Dak Prescott, if he doesn't have Ezekiel Elliott, he doesn't have much of anything else. You guys don't got no wide receivers. I'm sorry, bro. I don't know who's going to make it. And Ryan Switzer, I don't think you guys should have got rid of him. He struggled a little bit last year.
Yeah.
And I just don't see you guys winning that much. But no matter what, you guys are always in the 7 to 10 win range, in my opinion, because your team is that decent enough.
Yeah.
This year, you don't cross the 7 marker. Ooh. You go 7 and whatever it is,
You know,
10,
I'll tell you the
7,
truth.
9.
I got my Cowboys going 10-6. Now, the reason, we don't have the receivers are a very big question mark for me, and that's the case. But when you have a dominant running game like we do, I think we're gonna have one of the best offensive lines, which we've had one of the best offensive lines in the league last couple of years. When you have that good of a running back, it doesn't matter what your receivers are. That play action is gonna be there. Our defense was a top 10 defense last year, very underrated. I think we got even better getting Chris Richard, the guy that put Legion of Boom together in Seattle. That coach. I think our defense is really going to make some surprises this year, and that's why I have them 10-6. But I'll admit, if we can't be consistent on offense and keep our defense off the field, our team could go downhill. It's all going to depend on everything coming together.
Again, Dak Prescott is the poor man's Russell Wilson.
Okay. Yeah,
just what he is.
I agree with that. I do agree. I said when we drafted Dak that it's going to take him a few years to develop that passing. He didn't have any receivers at Mississippi State. He was a playmaker, but he never had any
Russell
weapons.
Wilson makes players better.
Yes,
yeah,
he
exactly.
elevates.
Dak Prescott doesn't make players better. Other players make him better.
True.
That's the situation with Dak Prescott.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't see you guys winning more than 7 games. And I love hating on the Cowgirls.
Oh, you know what? Everybody does. Everybody hates the Cowboys.
Yeah.
No matter where I go, Mikey, I'll be at the movie theater. I have a Dallas Cowboys card, right? I'll be at the movies, and I'll be like, I pay with my boy's car, and they give me shit. I'm like, oh, who's your team? Oh, I'm a Jets fan. Why are you hating my Cowboys? You're not any rivals. Like, everybody loves to hate my Cowboys, and you know what?
Yeah, because you guys you stole the worst slogan in the world. America's team.
Exactly.
Are you really America's team? Are you
It
sure?
wasn't us that gave us our nickname. It was a damn journalist that did.
No, it wasn't. It was Jerry Jones and the
No,
the
it was a journalist, the guy who.
It was
covered the
Jerry
Cowboys.
Jones, the most capitalistic pig in the United States besides Donald Trump. That's who it was. And he's going to go get himself some glory hole. So you relax.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. Jerry Jones can do whatever he wants, man. As long as we
Fuck him.
win a playoff game. If we can win a playoff game, he can do whatever he wants.
Hey, you might be America's team, but we are the nation. Whatever, brother. There's only one nation. It ain't Cowboy Nation. It ain't Steelers Nation. It's the Raider Nation.
Okay.
Then you got the Bears who like to eat sausage, get fat, and lose games.
Man, we know how to eat. We know how to drink beer, and we know how to kick ass, and that's exactly what the Bears are gonna look to do here. Watch it. Just saying. Watch out for that back.
This season's already getting heated up, and it hasn't even started yet. I love it.
But it's all good fun, love, man. Mikey, we appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
This was so much fun.
A lot of fun, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're welcome back on the Sports Fury anytime. Absolutely.
I will definitely come back at the end of the season when I'll come. You know what? I will come back in week 7 when we're already like 7-0, just to prove both of your predictions wrong.
That sounds like a plan.
Especially if mine's wrong. I'm gonna hear it. I already know I'm gonna get so much shit for this video.
Okay.
I know.
But all right, guys, we'll find out how it goes down here in the 2018 season. And hey, good luck to the Raiders and
Super Bowl predictions, real quick. Who are your 2 teams in the Super Bowl?
All right, I'm gonna go with the Steelers and the Saints.
I got Steelers and Vikings.
I got Raiders Eagles. Let's go!
Woo! Those are 2 mean-ass fan bases right there.
Yeah, it is. That is some.
Oh, people are going to get their asses kicked in the parking lot in that Super Bowl.
I should have said it. I was going to say Patriots, but they're in the same division, so I had to go Raiders Eagles. But we beat the Patriots to go to the Super Bowl versus the Eagles.
Okay. All right, guys. Once again, go make sure to go to the link in the description box and go subscribe to Mikey Rayder over there on OnAirNation.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Catch y'all later.
Peace.
Let me throw this out there, though. If anybody is a fan of the team that the Raiders face this year, meaning if we play like the Lions in week 5 or whoever, if you're a fan and you do videos and you'd like to be a guest for that week versus the Raiders on my show, I'd like to tell you guys, hit me up on Twitter On Air Nation. Hit me up in the DMs, and maybe you'll be a guest where we can talk our matchup for that week.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be on the lookout for that. You heard it there. Go and hit up Mikey Rayder on Air Nation, everybody. And we'll see you in 2018 season.